I think this is worth a little look. 199 hours and 17 minutes is 8 days, 7 hours and 17 minutes. Steamboat Geyser is going to erupt in Wyoming after 199 hours and 17 minutes, or 8 days and 7 hours and 17 minutes. Where is it now? Steamboat Geyser. 7 days, 11 hours, 20 minutes since its last eruption. So the next one is coming after 8 days, 7 hours, and 17 minutes. Lorenzo. Lorenzo is on the Atlantic hurricane name list this year. Lorenzo is going to be a survivor. Not just a survivor, but the boy who overcomes wind shear, dry air, and all that. He will be impressive as a survivor. 199 hours is 8 days and 7 hours. The next eruption of Steamboat Geyser in Wyoming. Well, here we have geyser times. It shows all the different geysers in Wyoming and when they last erupted. Old Faithful, 1 hour, 22 minutes ago. Steamboat Geyser, 7 days, 11 hours, and 21 minutes ago. I guess it will soon be 22. It's been on 21 for a while. It's 10:42. It's the 8th. It's the 7th. It's the 7th of the 8th. It's the date when it's going to happen. But I'm not in Wyoming. I'm in Australia, so 16 hours difference. I'm 16 hours ahead. 7 days, 11 hours, 22 minutes since this eruption of Steamboat Geyser, the last eruption. It came after an interval of 6 days, 5 hours, 28 minutes. So the next one is coming after 8 days, 7 hours, and 17 minutes. This eruption back on 18th of July had an interval, a duration of 17 minutes. There's a couple of really big long eruptions before that. Geyser times. So there's nowhere else to see when eruptions happen. Now 1 hour 24 since Old Faithful erupted. 7 days, 11 hours, 23 minutes since the steamboat last erupted in Wyoming. And our reflection is still here in the temperatures. 199, that's the number of hours. It's the same as 8 days and 7 hours. Lorenzo 105. Lorenzo is the resilient bad boy. Impressive resilience. So what's the bad one? The bad hurricane in the Atlantic for 2019. Which one's that going to be? Oh, you can't criticize government. No, you can't criticize government. Government is all-knowing, all-wise. They should know that. All-knowing and all-wise. So, the bad one. Why did I do that? Why not? Didn't you do a calculation? Yeah, there it is. There's the calculation. 199 hours and 17 minutes since the last eruption. I did do a calculation. So the time of the next eruption is going to be 2:37 p.m. So it will come at 14:37. It gets written as 24-hour time format. It'll be 1:37 in Phoenix, Arizona, and it will be 3:37 in Minnesota. Maybe that's why I came here. It's different time zones. Time is a weird thing, you know. Jackson, Wyoming, in the USA. Jackson is in Wyoming. And then if we go J-A-C-K. I'm surprised this camera still works, you know. It's getting so old. It's done so much work. Jacksonville is in Florida. Jacksonville. This is the place. Jacksonville in Florida, and then further north, Brunswick. I've got a bad feeling. It's not just a feeling. This is sort of pure, fast heat. I don't know, Jake and Nathan are telling me something. And I think it's a serious hurricane that they're warning about. It's not Lorenzo, and it's not Melissa. Melissa means honeybee. It's not Imelda either. It's another one. It is a girl. 8:46 Eastern Daylight Time is the time now in Jacksonville, Florida. Brunswick is further to the north, and it's a bit harder to find. Not as big. Brunswick, there's a place in Canada called Brunswick. If you look down enough, eventually, there's a Brunswick in Australia, and there's a Brunswick in Georgia. That's the one. Georgia, to the north of Florida. Brunswick. 31 is the value of Jacob. The name Jacob equals 31. 31 degrees latitude is Brunswick. And this eruption of Steamboat Geyser is number 31. The 31st major eruption of 2019 is this eruption now, the one that's going to come after 199 hours. You see, Jake has a mirror boy in Nathan, but Jake and Nathan have their own mirror boy, like a triplet, I guess you'd say. And 199 is his number, but so is 337. The time in Minnesota, Jake's from Minnesota, Minnesota. The time in Minnesota, my computer's getting worn out too, is going to be 337. And that's the number of the mirror boy of Jake and Nathan. They have a triplet, if you like. Jayton's birthday is September 6. Jayton's back in Australia now, so September 6 in the USA for most of the day. September 6 in Australia, I should say, is September 5 in the USA. Stillwater. 7:49 Central Daylight Time in Minnesota. So there's something in this. It'll be 3:30. So what is it now? Tuesday, 6th of August, 2019. So tomorrow, Wednesday, 7th of August, 2019, the time in Minnesota will be 3:37 p.m. or 15:37 when Steamboat Geyser erupts in Wyoming. Different time zone. It'll be it's 6:49 now in Wyoming. So the time in Wyoming will be 2:37 p.m. tomorrow. Tomorrow being Wednesday, the 7th of August, 2019. And Nathan is a boy of the Phoenix. 137 is connected to Nathan. So if we go to Phoenix, Arizona, see King Lake West equals 137. And twin Samuel is 137. Samuel Delaney, 137. The time will be 1:37 in Phoenix, Arizona. when this eruption happens. Tomorrow. Different time zones. Steamboat Geyser, 199 hours and 17 minutes. The Mirror Buoy of 199 and 337. So what is the hurricane name? Do you want to know? It is, if we look at tropical cyclone names, which I should have on here, tropical cyclone name list, that'll bring up something. Tropical cyclone names, Bureau of Meteorology, no. Wikipedia, yeah, that'll do. Includes the Atlantic, includes Atlantic hurricane names. It's the same list as 2013. Every 6 years, it goes back to the same one. 2013. All the bad boys said Lorenzo will be the bad one. Lorenzo is going to be it's going to overcome the odds this year. Melissa and Lorenzo may be happening at the same time, I think. And probably in October, I reckon. A while away, maybe around Halloween. The bad one, can you guess? The bad one? It's obviously one of these. Actually, Barry was decent. Barry was a pretty big hurricane, had a pretty big impact. Big rainmaker. The bad one is one of these ones. Can you guess? Michael, I'll give you a clue. Michael was a bad one last year. That's a clue, it's a big clue. Michael is an archangel. And therein lies the clue. Yeah, you've probably got it by now. It's a big clue. Gabrielle is an archangel. Gabrielle is the female version. And you know what they say? The female of the species is far more deadly than the male. Usually that's true. Maybe not always. But Michael at peak intensity. A photo of Michael strengthening as he made landfall. Devastating. A lot of people died. So it's a warning for a hurricane named Gabrielle. This next eruption of Steamboat Geyser in Wyoming, it's a message. World clock. Time is weird. Depends where you are. Nathan knows Darwin. He used to go to Darwin. New York. Blaine is a pain, and that is the truth. Jake Chambers. Pain is 40. It's the latitude of New York. Pain. But I reckon this hurricane's going to come in here. Jacksonville and Brunswick. It's going to be coming up, curving up as it hits Jacksonville. So then Brunswick will be next. That's how I think it's going to be. And it's going to be bad. Really bad. And when I say really bad, I mean catastrophic bad. Horrifying storm surge. Deadly. Really deadly. Hurricane is 97. It has the same value as tsunami. 97. 6. Well, I said Jayton is born on September 6. And he's 16, and his birthday, September 6. Well, for most of that day, it is September 5 in the USA. Nathan Breeze, 119. Nathan Breeze. From Melbourne. He died in a firestorm. A horrifying firestorm. Bushfire, Black Saturday. He was 13 years old. Jake died aged 11. Nathan was 13. Christian, 101. They were both Christians, Jake and Nathan. Jake's killer was also a Christian. He was the bad kind, closeted, secretive, troubled, disturbed. But you can't just put all the blame on one person. There's no point demonizing. Weather maps. Jake's last name is Wetterling, and it means weather child. Weather child, Wetterling, and breeze. Wetterling and breeze. Nathan died in a weather-related disaster. Well, a weather-driven disaster, the worst in Australia's history. Black Saturday firestorms. Well, it was one of the worst. There was actually a cyclone that killed more people once. That's today's weather map. But that cyclone was a long time ago. It hit Queensland. 173 people died in that Black Saturday disaster. Dangerous, 104. Monster equals 104. Dangerous monster. And the prediction, the prophecy is 106. Prediction is 113. Prediction, prophecy, Wyoming is where the Steamboat Geyser is. This one's making me nervous. I don't usually feel nervous about my predictions because usually I don't feel as much in it. This time I do. And I think Steamboat's going to give us a fair heads up. Take this seriously, people. Gabrielle is bad news. New York, lethal, dangerous, destructive, catastrophic, killer, hurricane. Category 5, I'd say. But it doesn't have to be a Category 5 to be a killer. I think though it will rapidly intensify, similar to Michael, but perhaps in a more dangerous way. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. There's a connection in all this to a guy in jail, actually, in Singapore. His name is Yiming Yuan, and he's from London. And Jake and Nathan reckon he's a good guy. And he's being dealt a savage blow by the Singapore justice system. Unfair cruelty. Yiming Yuan is a DJ, formerly a DJ from London. He was born in London. He's half Chinese, half Singaporean by blood, British citizen by birth. Singapore, it's just north of Sumatra, Indonesia. Steam equals 58. Steam, it's a song by Peter Gabriel. 117. Torture equals 117. The word torture. Hopping mad is 103. Hopping mad torture. Cruel is 59. Cruel torture. If we go back to world clock. London is where he's from. Yiming Yuan from London. Oh, what did I do? Ah, it's here. 159. Hey, Nathan David Breeze, 159. It's the value of his name. There's a connection between Nathan, a strong connection between Nathan and Yiming Yuan. Nathan likes him. Loving boy, loving heart. Yeah, he's naughty. Yeah, he's a criminal. Yeah, he did some bad things. But he did not deserve to be tortured. Angelic is 51. He's being treated like he's a demon. 51. There's a connection there. It's important. Human rights violations, when they're really bad, they do bad things. It causes bad things. Dangerous monster. Singapore equals 104. The word Singapore. You write it out, and all the letters in Singapore add up to 104. Dangerous monster. the dangerous monster, is being warned. Wyoming is 106. Prophecy, 106. 2 o'clock in London. And in my part of the world, I haven't gone to my part of the world, have I? Canberra. Well, I'm not in Canberra, but I'm not far from Canberra. 149. The last eruption happened after 149 hours. It's the longitude of Canberra. 149 hours and 28 minutes. This time, 199 hours and 17 minutes. The ACT, Canberra, New South Wales, Victoria, we are 16 hours ahead of Wyoming. So the time here, when this eruption happens, will be 16 hours after whatever I said it is. Whatever this says it is. Add 16 hours. So it'll be, I guess, 6:37. Yeah, it would be. 6:37 will be the time in Canberra. The next morning, the morning after, I guess. I think. Anyway, whatever. Time in Wyoming is the one that will be reported. So 2:37 will be written down at Giza times as 14:37. That's what matters. 14:37. Steamboat Giza. Last erupted 7 days, 11 hours, 41 minutes ago. If I click on it, there's the last eruption. See? 6 days, 5 hours, 28 minutes. That's 149 hours and 28 minutes. If I go back down to the beginning, I just want to show you this. September 6, 1982, because this will drop off after the next eruption. September 6, 1982, 6 sixes are 36. 11:36 AM, there was an eruption. Major. These are all major eruptions of Steamboat Giza. There's lots of little eruptions, they don't put them on here. Name equals 33. Jacob Erwin Wetterling is 233. Mirror Boy. Mirror Boy. Mirror Boy, Wyoming. Prophecy. Prediction. 17. There's our number of minutes. 17. Jake born on the 17th. And the Mirror Boy turning 17 on September 6. Well, that would be Jayton. And 161 is connected to him. The boy turning 17 on September 6. And 161 is connected to him. So is 149, 199, and 337. They're his numbers. Jake the Storm Boy and his Mirror Boy. 237. That's it. It's Wednesday, 7th of August, so it'll be 14:37. That's what it will say at Giza Times. It'll be 7th of August, 2019, 14:37. And the interval, 8 days, 7 hours, and 17 minutes. The next eruption of Steamboat Giza. A heads up for something really, really dangerous. See, the good thing about Michael is where he made landfall, there weren't that many people there. Mexico Beach was utterly devastated. If that had been a bigger place, the death toll would have been horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Because a lot of people stayed there. And a lot of people died as it was. So take this seriously. This is a real prophecy. This is not a joke. This is deadly serious. It is a matter of life or death. as it is with these storms. Monsters. Monster 104. Dangerous. Monster. Singapore 104. You didn't suffer for nothing, Yiming Yuan. You're a good guy. You've got a good heart. You've got a lot of love in you. Don't let them destroy that. Hold on to what you've got, buddy. Jake and Nathan, they like you. They think you're a good guy. Naughty, very naughty. But you've got a lot of love in your heart.